Imagine you are on a road trip. You've got your phone up, you've got your map app open, it's telling you where to go. Formative evaluation is the map continuing to recalibrate, to check where you are, to recalculate, and make sure that you're on the right path to reach your destination. Now, summative evaluation is checking that you're at the destination that you meant to be at. It's the end of the road, you've already gotten there. That's the basic difference between formative evaluation and summative evaluation. Formative is checking along the way. Summative is making sure you got to the place that you intended to be. Let's talk a little bit more about both. Formative evaluation, and I tend to use evaluation and assessment interchangeably. It kind of depends what discipline you're in, whether you use the term evaluation more or assessment more. Basically, they're the same thing. It's all a matter of scale. So in any case, formative always occurs during the learning process. The idea is that you are monitoring student learning and you're providing that ongoing feedback to those students. Or it may also be a matter of evaluating the instructor or the learning experience itself, making sure that your teaching is maybe working the way you thought it was, or to make sure that the e-learning or whatever e-learning experience you have is working the way that you intend it to. In any case, it's a matter of course correction. It allows you to kind of check where you are if you're going in the right direction. The goal is always going to be improving teaching and learning while it's in progress. To help you remember the difference between formative and summative, think that you are forming the learning experience, formative. Examples of formative assessment or evaluation might include just a quick poll during class. It can be draft submission. So if you're teaching an ongoing class, maybe they're turning in a draft, getting feedback on that draft. It can be quizzes. Quizzes are great for a long-term class. It can be great for a one-shot session. Peer feedback sessions are also great for this as well, just to lower the feedback load on the instructor or the facilitator. It can be a great way to get those peers together, providing that feedback and also helping them learn more about the subject as they go. Now, summative evaluation is a little different. It might look more like an exit ticket, a quiz, a worksheet, scavenger hunt, portfolios, final projects. These are all activities or assignments or assessments that come at the very end of the learning experience, no matter how long that learning experience is. The big differences here are, again, formative is during learning, summative is after learning. Formative is about the process of learning. Summative is all about outcomes. Did the learners achieve the learning objectives, the learning outcomes? Did they end up where you wanted them to end up? Formative is low stakes, summative is high stakes. Formative is really about feedback, whether to the learners or to you as the instructor, so you can adjust your own teaching. Summative tends to be more grade focused a lot of the time. Formative is all about improving, whether improving the experience, helping your students improve their own learning process. Summative is all about evaluating the experience as a whole. Did it work? Did your learners get to where they need to be? Did your learning experience help them get there? I really like this quote. When the cook tastes the soup, that's formative assessment. That's the cook checking. Is it good? Does it need more salt? Is it too much oil? What's going on with it? But when the customer tastes the soup, that's summative assessment, okay? Again, evaluation, assessment are terms that are kind of used interchangeably there. This is a really good metaphor to keep in mind as you're thinking about, okay, what's the difference between formative and summative? When it comes to assessing or evaluating student learning, there's tons of free tools out there. I love using Mentimeter. That is a freemium tool. You can check if your institution or your company might have a subscription already. I've used Padlet a lot of times. Padlet is, again, probably freemium, but I've done a lot of one-shot sessions where I made students put something up on the Padlet, and I have that Padlet projected to the entire class so we could check if students made it there or not. Again, Mentimeter, Padlet, they're assessment tools. They can be used for formative or summative. It's all really about the intention where they happen in the learning process. I've always loved Kahoot. It's getting spammier by the day, but it's always really fun. Quizzes is a good alternative to that. Google Forms can also be a great assessment tool. You can keep it really simple, and they have a graded option in Google Forms as well. And there's tons of lists online of free and paid assessment tools. And of course, check where you work or where you're teaching, see what they have. Oftentimes your institution or your company might have tons of tools that they're already paying for that you can use. And you can always keep it simple. You don't have to use a tech tool. You can use a show of hands. You can do a think, pair, share, whatever it is. It doesn't have to be formal, and it doesn't necessarily have to be great. It all depends on the context and what you are trying to accomplish. So, what do you think? What questions about formative or summative evaluation or assessment do you have? And what term do you use? Evaluation or assessment? I'd love to hear about it down in the chat. I'm Lindsay, and I cover instructional design, e-learning development, and all things online teaching and learning.